Now we've got a game of the week, could be game of the year for the NFC West, could be for the one seed in the NFC when it's all said and done. The rematch from a couple weeks ago, Sam Darnold and the Seahawks facing Matthew Stafford, possible MVP, possible Hall of Famer if he locks in that MVP, Matthew Stafford, and the Los Angeles Rams. So right off the bat, this is obviously going to be a major. I mean, like you talk about the implications of this game, one way or the other, this could decide who has home field advantage throughout the NFC side on the playoffs, and that's going to be crucial for a team that is going to be trotting out Sam Darnold as their quarterback, and what that implies, and how he's struggled in the bigger games in his career. But this could be a game that changes the narrative really for Sam Darnold and for the Seahawks team. They've kind of been more quiet. The defense has still played very well, but they've been more of a quiet team these past few weeks while the Rams have taken the spotlight. And this is their chance on Thursday Night Football. Should be a hell of a game. Christian, what's your read on this game? Do you give the Seahawks a shot? And what do you predict?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely think the Seahawks have a top 3 defense in the NFL right now. They can keep it close for sure. Julian did not play in the first game. And Nick Emenwari, it feels like he has just taken leaps and bounds as far as like his progression in the last couple of weeks. So this defense is, to me, this is the toughest test for Stafford all year. If he wins this game, it's hard not to say he's not the MVP. It's going to be hard to say he's not the MVP. But ultimately, I think the concern for the Seahawks is all with the offense. I think obviously everyone's concerned about Sam Darnold, but I think more importantly, the offensive line seems to be breaking down. I don't know. Sundell's been in and out of the lineup at center, but really that right guard spot is the concern. They got to get that figured out. And then, Sam Darnold, it's about that time of year where he, starts to regress, and that Rams defense is playing at a very high level. I don't like the way the Seahawks have been running the ball the last couple of weeks. It seems like, Kenneth Walker is not the long-term guy for the Seahawks. It looks like if they had to choose between him or Sharps, they'd probably pick Sharps today. But I think for Mike McDonald, is this his second year, third year? For it to be that early in the process, I think the Seahawks are in a great place. Obviously, some holes, but I think it's the Rams' year. I'm gonna say the Rams win this game, but it's gonna be a close one.
Interesting. I mean, I hadn't thought of it from the perspective of whether the Seahawks defense could keep this close enough to win, because I honestly do think the Rams are going to win this game handedly. I mean, from a Bears fans perspective, I'd almost rather the Seahawks get the win, kind of even out the race for the one seed a little bit more. But we'll see. I mean, has there been a team that's looked hotter than the Rams this year to this point? Like, they look like they're the best team in the NFL, the presumptive Super Bowl favorite at the moment. And I'm not giving the Seahawks much of a chance in this game purely because of the quarterback. Really, it's the quarterback matchup, the head coaching matchup. Turtle mentioned it before. You look at head coaching quarterbacks, the first thing we want to examine in a game, and it doesn't really get better than McVay and Stafford, especially that young defense that they have as well. There's so many things that are in the Rams' favor. That young defensive line that's still developing and that hasn't even scratched the surface of what they can be. They're a dangerous team. And this game against the Seahawks, I think it could be close, but it's probably going to be more of a, in my opinion, it'll be a dominant win. What's the line out in this game?
It's at
I don't know.
Right now it's at 1. So,
It's in Seattle.
Okay.
Pat. It's in Seattle.
It's in Seattle. And Pat,
Still, I don't think it's that much of a difference of playing at Seattle or SoFi. It's like if it were at SoFi, it would still be a crazy amount of Seahawks fans.
Devontae.
I don't know if I like what I've seen from the Rams over the past few games though on defense. They've been getting
sit up straight and tell us.
They've been
leaning back in his shit.
They've been getting hit. The Rams have been getting hurt on the big play on defense. Secondary really is not playing well. They're not rushing the passer well, and that's really kind of I feel like what's been hurting them over the past couple of weeks. Still a lot to be seen if Davante Adams is going to officially play, coming into this week. And he's been the one that I feel like has opened up the field for what has made Matthew Stafford what he has been and made that connection with Puka Nacua what it has been this year. But then again, you just saw Sam Darnold, as Christian mentioned, throw 4 interceptions when he was at home and still had a chance to win the game. It's been frustrating watching them, dude. You guys just saw them, how they played against 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. He still had a chance to hang around till the end of the game, and it was pretty much baked into the line that they were going to win by 3 possessions. So if Davante is out, I think we're going to have to see. Here's where I love. If Davante is out, you're going to see a lot of Sean McVay having to flex the brain muscles of how are they going to win this game? Who's going to have to be – how are they going to attack this Seahawks defense who's going to be committed to shutting them down against the run and putting Kyron Williams kind of and Blake Corum, taking that away and making Matt Stafford beat them? Where is it going to come from? Obviously, you have Puka Nacua, but who else is going to step up? And I think you're also at a point where you're going up against a pissed-off Seahawks defense who just did not play as good as I'm sure they wanted to against Phillip Rivers. Like I said, he was still in the game and had a chance to win it by the end of the game. Colts defense was pushed around by the Jaguars. I think there was a bit of a home field advantage in that game that the Seahawks just played against them. We're getting this on Thursday. I just really feel like it's not a good spot for Seattle coming off a short week. And here's why I like the Rams a lot. I feel like Sam Darnold has already hit the pumpkin phase. Like Colts had no Sauce Gardner, Colts had no Charvarius Ward. And we really didn't see the Seahawks being able to move the ball at all. Like it
for a touchdown. They won like 6 field goals.
Exactly. With any sort of consistency. The Rams already beat them head-to-head and have already continued to play the best ball in the division in terms of their offense. And, I mean, they're only giving up 20 points a game. So I think when you boil it down to that, I just don't know. Granted, here's the whole thing. It's a short week. Let's see what Davante does. If you're going to have Davante Adams out there, then throw in the Puka Nacua. Let's see that I love the Rams at -1. I love the under in this game at 44. I think it's a quick week for both of them. Let's see what happens. I still don't trust Sam Darnold against this defense, but I want to wait and see on the Davante Adams news before I pick a spread. I love the under. I lean Rams -1. Let's see what happens with Davante Adams coming in.
Yeah, Mike, I like that under as well. I mean, you're talking about I think a lot of the general public just watched the Rams put up damn near 50 against the Lions, and you're going into this game and you're saying, a total of 44.5. Well, I think a lot of people will generally think that you're going to get, 28 points out of the Rams, and that, that might not be the case, especially in a short week. Devontae Adams is listed as week to week, so I'm guessing he's probably not going to play this Thursday. The Rams are 4-1. Their last 5 meetings with Seattle, so they kind of had their number as of late. Look, I think it's going to be if you want to, you mentioned it, Mike, about the avenue of how the Rams are going to attack Seattle's defense. They do it a lot already. I think we're going to see a ton of their tight ends. We're going to see more Terrence Ferguson split out wide. We're going to see more play action, especially on a short week. Blake Corum and Kyron Williams are going to be as heavily involved as ever, and we're going to see the likes of Colby Parkinson and Ferguson and maybe even Davis Allen get some targets. Hard to really choose which one of those tight ends are gonna be the beneficiary. It's been Colby Parkinson as of late, but Ferguson's gotten a lot of looks as well. I'm sure his lines will be pretty low. If you're looking for a prop to play, I kind of like Ferguson. But yeah, I think that'll be how the Rams get after it. Hard for me to really pick this game. As far as the spread's concerned, I like you, Mike. I haven't loved how the Rams defense has played as of late. But I haven't loved how Seattle's offense has played as of late either. So I feel like those units in a way kind of canceled itself out on a short week. Yeah, the Seahawks are going to have to be able to run the football. We just haven't seen them be able to do that. I kind of trust McVay, Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum to show up more than I would expect at this point. Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, or that Seahawks offensive line. So I lean the Rams. I like the under, Mike. I think it's going to be a lot of vanilla. I don't expect a ton of fireworks, especially on a short week. And I think that plays more into the Rams' favor than Seattle.
And Mike McDonald 4-8 against the spread so far, at home since he's been coaching. So yeah,
that's a crazy stat because I know they won like 9 straight road games or something ridiculous, like dating back to last year. I don't know if that streak's still alive or not, but I know that it was something utterly insane about how many road games they had won in a row. I think it actually got snapped the last time these two teams played at SoFi.
But 4-8 in a historically dominant, Lumen field. Like,
right. I mean, that's what I was thinking too. When it's that historically was such an advantage for those Seahawks teams that were really dominant, was having to come across the country, play in Seattle, face that defense. There's a lot of similar dynamics going on. So it's shocking that it hasn't really translated as much, and they've been more of a road team. But hey, again, this is a game where, I said I'm expecting the Rams to win. Could turn the whole narrative of the NFC on its head if the Seahawks, Sam Darnold has a big game and the Seahawks are able to come out with a win. Because at that point, they're in the driver's seat in the NFC West. They're in the driver's seat in the NFC. And they'd really snatch both from the Rams. This is an absolutely massive game.
And let's also not forget Sam Darnold, last time he played, Sean McVay with this much on the line, 9 sacks. So it was a completely different atmosphere at that time, but that's in the back of his head.
And that's my final point, is just I think they're going to have to rely heavily on Charbonnet. Kenneth Walker does not fit, I think, this style of offense. I don't think he's the type of runner.
He's been phased out.
Yeah, they're going to have to lean on Sharps, get the run game going, and then work off the play action. It's going to be a fun wide receiver duel, though. I think 2 of the best 5 guys in the league right now between Puka and JSN. So a lot of one-trick pony stuff, I think. But, yeah, I like McVay.
And also one more point on that Christian was making. If Devontae Adams is out, who do I trust to flex their offensive play calling muscle more? It's Sean McVay. So,
I'm telling you, those tight ends are going to be involved.
Yeah,
Clint Kubiak.
Those tight ends are going to be heavily. Well, that's kind of the thing with Sam Darnold, right? Like all the offenses that Sam Darnold has had success in. If you want to talk about the year he spent with Shanahan with the 49ers, the year he spent with Kevin O'Connell, who's a former Rams guy in Minnesota. And even now, the Clint Kubiak type offense, these are all kind of hybrid Shanahan, McVay, zone run schemes, play action offenses that try to put their quarterback in the most friendly scenario. Why do you think Sam Darnold would struggle against a team like the Rams? It's similar concepts that the Rams see every single day in practice. So I think you talk about a team that kind of has a dial in on the tendencies of what, Clint Kubiak is going to want to do, what Sam Darnold is good at. I mean, Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay are great buddies, and I'm sure Sean McVay talks to Kevin O'Connell too. I'm sure they've given him the book on Sam Darnold's strengths and weaknesses. And why I think last time they played, we saw 4 interceptions and 9 sacks. Now, that doesn't mean that, you can look at the previous film and adjust and do some different things. But on a short week, very familiar opponents, interdivision, I think it's going to be very vanilla. And when it comes to vanilla games like this with a total of 44, give me the better offensive line, the better running backs, and give me the better play caller. Because, Seattle's – I think that the Rams – it's going to be similar to last game. The Rams scored 23 points, 24 points. I think they're going to win the football game.
On the other hand, short week on the road.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
That's true. Seattle's I feel like I'm discrediting Seattle is still a very good football team. They're still number 2 in the NFC in my eyes, until proven otherwise. But
I just think no chance this week. No chance this week.
No chance.
Interdivisional games are tough, man. They're tough to pick. I gotta lean with the Rams though, just based off of all the priors.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
Still Seahawks, Christian?
No, it was Rams.
All right. When you're here, you're Ramley.
End of the video. End of the video.